Hey guys, we are at the Gamescom where we talk to very talented people about how they create games, and one of those games is definitely American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator too. And one person definitely being involved in that is my next guest. But before we get to know you a little bit better and we talk about all this, I want you to introduce yourself.
Okay, so hey everyone, my name is Daniel, but among the community of Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator players, I'm more known under my nickname NEMIRO. You might know me from our own streams on Twitch or YouTube videos or whatever, or from interviews like we are doing right now with you guys. And I work for STS Software for 8 years now. I started as a QA engineer, but now I'm responsible for PR and marketing team. That's why I'm doing the interview.
All right, the first part of the interview we are focusing on American Truck Simulator,
okay.
And then we come a little bit to news about Euro Truck Simulator. But starting with American Truck Simulator, a few weeks ago you released the Oklahoma DLC, and you're now already working on the Kansas one.
Yes.
Could you tell us in a quick overview what does the Oklahoma DLC includes, and if you already have something to tell about the Kansas DLC?
Okay, so Oklahoma got released, like you said, like a few weeks ago. We can see it's doing well. You know, it's getting quite popular among the community, and you know, on the questions like what it includes, I would say it includes what Oklahoma includes in the real world. So you can experience, you know, the vast farmlands and agricultural zones, but also a few beautiful cities. I believe there are 2 state national parks, Beavers Bend and Glass Mountain State Park. I hope that I could remember that correctly. So it's really a perfect addition to the collection of, you know, of the states that are already available for American Truck Simulator. And this one is might be a little bit different because now with our states for American Truck Simulator and with our projects, we are getting to the I forgot the name how these states and countries are called among the U.S. community, but they are more you know, focused really on the agriculture aspect of the whole United States. So if you are a fan of a vast farmlands and, you know, agriculture zones as far as your eye can see, that's definitely a perfect choice for you to go and explore Oklahoma. And as you said, we are already working on Kansas, and Kansas, you know, is going to be quite similar to Oklahoma, but definitely there's going to be a few more and kind of unique places to explore and feel. And we are already, I can maybe tease a little bit, but we are also kind of working on a let's say like supportive product that we plan to release. I don't know if really along or with the Kansas DLC, but very close to the Kansas DLC, and it's gonna be related to farming, you know, vehicles and tech tools and vehicles basically, and machines. So I can't tell you more, but you definitely can look for something similar like we did back in days when we were releasing Washington, I believe, and where we did the Forest Machinery DLC along with the release. So something similar we plan for Kansas as well.
You definitely are going to make the experience with the game more realistic with every DLC. How long does it normally take to make such a DLC, from the first idea to the final product?
Well, you know, we feel the demand of the community for us to speed up the creations of the states, and we too are reasonable. We can understand that if we want to cover the whole USA, you know, in the upcoming years, we have to speed up the production of the states. So as you can see on our marketing communications, like over the past years, like we actually quite fasten our production. Like a few years back, we've been able to do like 1 state per American Truck Simulator and 1 new map zone for Euro Truck Simulator 2 per year. But nowadays we are, we are working on multiple projects at the same time. We just released the Oklahoma DLC, and the Kansas is going to follow quite soon as well. And and there is. We also recently revealed that we are already working on Nebraska. We introduced Nebraska as well, and I can tell that we are already working on yet another one for American Truck Simulator. So you can see that we are trying to speed up the things. But to answer your questions, like it depends on how big the state is, of course, and for these, let's say, smaller states like Oklahoma or Kansas, it usually takes us like 12 to 10 months to create a DLC, to bring it to life. But when you would look at, for example, Texas, which is a massive chunk of map, like even the state in real world is like extremely big. So that would be a different story, because that took us almost 4 years, I believe. So it depends on the size.
Besides your work for these DLC, you also changed the way you approach in designing those DLCs. Because in our talk before, you said you used to use Google Maps and so on. But how do you do it nowadays?
Well, we still, like, majority of the work of our map designers is still like depending on or they are still using applications like Google Street View or similar applications, or satellite images, or we have our own research department now. Those are guys and girls that are bringing all the needed informations, not only for the map designers, but also for the asset creators. Those guys who are modeling the houses, the traffic signs, the roads. But we also recently started to do like business trips, like for smaller teams, to actually fly over to see and to witness the state. To breathe the atmosphere, to see how the roads look like, if they are using red, if they are using yellow lines on the roads, or white lines, how their traffic signs look like, what are the speed limits there, how their rest stops look like. Of course that they are not able to travel 100% of the content of the future DLC and take picture of every meter or every mile of the highways that are going to be in the DLC. But it always helps to actually send a few people there to be able to breathe in the vibe and the atmosphere of the state.
If you would do so and picture every mile, you would be Google Maps too, to be honest.
It would be 1-1. It would be 1-1 scale. It would be everything. Would be every meter would be in the game, and then you would have to, like, from Dallas to I don't know other city. You would have to sit like in front of your computer for 16 hours and drive.
And no pause.
Yeah.
All right, now we are coming to Euro Truck Simulator 2, because I heard you are also working on the Balkans DLC for that game. Could you tell us how far are you done with that?
Yes, we are almost ready. We are like finishing the project, but of course after we internally, when we are finishing the project, we still need to run our testing, period, QA. Our QA department gets really deep into it. So it's not like, guys, it's not like it's gonna be released tomorrow, but it's gonna be very soon, and we are very far with that.
All right, that's great to hear. Even though there's no release date yet, could you tell us an approximately date? Let's say, is it coming out 2024 or maybe possible 2025?
You mean the West Balkans DLC?
Yes.
It's definitely coming this year.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, so you heard it, guys. It's not that far from here. One big theme is also the Russia DLC, because it got delayed. It didn't get cancelled, in my information, but it got delayed to an unpointed date. Are there any news on a possible release?
No, probably no. I can tell you that your information is correct. That it's not cancelled. The project is not cancelled, but it's still on the shelf, packed and kind of ready to be used. But we still don't feel that it's a good moment to release it.
Are there any conditions combined with releasing that DLC, or is it more like a personal feeling, like the war is over for a year now, so we might now can release it, or is it bounded to any conditions?
we don't have like written conditions somewhere like, hey, if this happened and that happened and that happened, that we can release it, like that we would be waiting for the conditions. To be honest, we don't dare to see that far into the future. We still don't know how the terrible war will end, when it's gonna be, how the end will look like. So we still hope and pray for the good and as soon and as quick end of the terrible war there as possible. But we don't have any internal conditions for which we would be waiting to use that DLC and release it. So.
Okay, so I think we can all agree, we hope that the war ends soon, and it's definitely going for the better then.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks for your time, thanks for having us and giving us this overview, and we see us later.
Yeah, thank you guys.